Hey, what's going on, my Evercade here? Welcome to the channel. My name's Evercade, and today I'm back with Evercade Flashback. We're going to be looking at the Data East Collection 1. Now, this is the original Data East Collection 1, the home console version, not the arcade version, which came out with the Evercade VS. So this was bundled with the original handheld in some regions, I believe. I do know in the UK it wasn't. So let's have a look at what games is it having? This is first playing today. So on the back we have obviously you have the NES version of Burger Time, the NES version of Bad Dudes. We have Side Pocket. We have I don't know if you have we have Magical Drop 2, which means I skip the first one as well. Joan Mac 2, Midnight Resistance. So we've got some nice little selection. A puzzle game, some beat 'em ups, some action platformers. I don't know what that says. Oh, Two Crew Dudes. That's a good game as well. Karate Champ, which is kind of just whatever. Burning Rubber. That's a good little game. I'm trying to think. Is there any others that I can't read here? No, that's all of them. Wait. Oh yeah, also got Fighters History. Fighters History, which is obviously one of the only fighting games on Evercade, which it's not a bad game. It's a generic Street Fighter clone, but it's not a bad game. So this collection obviously has what 10 games. Now they obviously had a bad rap back when they were around. That most of their games were shovelware. These games they're not shovelware. They're just fine. They're not your Nintendo. They're not your Sega. They're not your like major like great games, but they are still fun games in their own right. And that's what people need to realize with Data East. Data East was a developer themselves, and they keep getting they're always compared to other studios and other publishers, and it's not always a fair comparison. So it's got some good games. Like obviously, if you want to play a fighting game, this is probably one of the only ones you can play it on, because I know the inner play collections have a fighting game each. They both have a version of Clay Fighter, but we haven't got any arcade fighting games yet. We haven't got any Tekkens or Street Fighters. Well, we're getting Street Fighter on Capcom EXP collection, but that's not going to be on VS. So yeah, it's kind of hard. Like if you want to play the original version, if you want to play Burger Time as well, Burger Time the arcade version of Burger Time is on the arcade collection. So there's no real reason to get this to play Burger Time. Same with Bad Dudes. So could I recommend it? I mean, if you want to go for a full set of Evercade cards, yeah. If you want to just play some little games, and obviously on a handheld, on your EXP, or your handheld, or your VS, sure. But personally, to me, the Data East Collection one, obviously the arcade one, in my opinion, it's overshadowed it. It's made it obvious that the arcade games is where Data East shined, not the home console games. So personally, to me, if you want to play arcade game, well, not arcade, but if you want to play Data East games on Evercade, I recommend getting the Data East arcade collection and skipping out on this one, because some of these games, besides Midnight Resistance and Fighters History, to me, nothing else really is a selling point here. Nothing else is really a major selling point to get this game. If you want to get this cartridge to play those games, it's your choice, your money, your choice. I ain't going to tell you what you can and can't buy. It's just, in my opinion, those are like the only real saving graces here, since uh, Bad Dudes and Burger Time, which are two of the major games that you'd buy this for, have their arcade versions on Evercade as well, and the arcade versions are just superior. So yeah, that's just my opinion, guys. What do you think? Do you think the Data East Collection one's worth picking up today? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you want to like and share, please go ahead. It helps out the channel, and I'm trying to get to 200 subs by the end of the month. I've been Efficade, and I'm signing out. Peace.